My weapons, my head and my heart. These are my weapons. My head and my heart. These are my weapons.
Get back. Get back. Get back. I don't care. You film all you want. Get back.
You're getting arrested. Why are you talking about weapons? All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back. So happy 4th of July, everybody. Jesse, why are you filming a video on 4th of July? Karma is the answer. Karma's the answer, because I made so much fun of Kyle Kalinske and anybody who was going to do this No Kings protest on 4th of July, where I was like, it's 4th of July, you freaking nerds. What is wrong with you guys, right? I stand by that. But I made a big thing about how, you know, anybody who's cool has stuff to do on 4th of July. And so the universe was like, hey, you cocky prick, how about you deal with this torrential downpour flooding in your area of Texas when your plan was to go to somebody's ranch. And basically there's floods that are knocking people off the road. Literally, like, we got, let me show you I'll show you the alert that we got about, look at this. Okay. It's like, vehicles, campers, and homes are swept away as torrential rain in central Texas sent rivers racing down, you know. So, yeah, so we have no plans now. So I'm a nerd just like Kyle Kalinske now. So that's great. But we are going to talk about, you know, the enhanced terror threat that exists on 4th of July from, I would assume, people who might be these No Kings people. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, is it fair to say that maybe this FBI, you know, 4th of July warning, enhanced security, when you get into the details of what they're talking about, sounds like they're talking about the No Kings people, right? And I'll explain to you exactly why. Now, also, as another 4th of July bonus for you guys, the Liver King has put up a couple more videos. One of them being this one, which is an arrest video. So, you know, just more police, more handcuffs, more Liver King. Since we did the video yesterday. And he has not, this is going to shock you guys, not stopped talking about Rogan and more plates, more dates. And he's getting a lot more specific about why he's upset with these guys. Like, it's like the more he talks, the more he's like, here's what's really going on. And it's like, oh, this is interesting. Tell us more, Liver King. You know, tell us more about what's going on in that brain of yours. Now, someone commented on one of these reels, and I'll show you in a second, because you know how his mouth is all blue all the time? Someone said they really need to start studying the side effects of excessive methylene blue use. And I was like, that is a good call. That is a good call. Maybe he's not on meth. Maybe excessive amounts of whatever this stuff that, you know, dyes your mouth blue also melts your brain. Or maybe too much raw meat with parasites in it ate your brain. You know what I mean? Like, maybe parasites are eating his brain. I don't know, but he is unwinding at a rapid pace. Very concerning, to be honest. Like, actually, like, looks concerning to me, but we'll get into that. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, I would appreciate that. You want to know how many subscribers I gained in the last 24 hours? 4,500. 4,500 new subscribers in the last 24 hours. It's a good day, dude. That's a lot of growth for a single day. And I appreciate you guys. So welcome all you new people and, you know, continued people just maybe like the video or something. I don't know. I can't think because I'm so upset about what was supposed to be. Dude, my 4th of July plans, like, we were going to my buddy's ranch to go shoot. He has a 400-yard rifle range. I had my rangefinder out. I had 4 rifles. I had all my pistols ready to go. I had all the ammo ready. We were all so excited. And they're doing, like, you know, we were doing our own fireworks show, and it's ruined by torrential downpour. So, yeah, I can only read that as karma, because I can't remember a single time that weather was an issue on 4th of July for us, like, ever. I don't remember ever having rain on 4th of July, but, you know, whatever. God has a sense of humor sometimes. So let's get into this. FBI issues 4th of July warning as Homeland Security is, quote, enhancing security. Now, there's also, this is actually a pretty light headline related to that, because check this out. 4th of July terrorism. Look that up and it's like, whoa. All right. So, here's what they were saying. So like, U.S. on alert over possible lone wolf attacks during 4th of July celebrations. All right. So a joint bulletin by the FBI, DHS, and others warned that lone actors and small groups pose a top terror threat to Macy's 4th of July fireworks event. Federal officials have warned about potential lone wolf terror attacks targeting the 4th of July independence celebrations in the U.S., especially amid heightened tensions following recent military action in the Middle East. I mean, listen, if you want to hit back at the United States, the thing is like blowing up a 4th of July, like celebration, just kill a bunch of civilians. You're like, why? Like, what does that do for you? Right? It's just like, it's just pointless, like just violence for violence' sake. It's stupid, right? Like at least like when we bomb Iran, we're like taking out their, uranium enrichment capabilities, or we're trying to. Like, success or fail, people die or people don't die. At least there's like a purpose that makes sense. Like, oh, I'm going to drop some bombs in the in trash bins at the Boston Marathon. It's like, wow. Why? Like what are you thinking is going to happen from that? Well, we're going to kill some Americans. You're all right. But like, then what? What have you proven? What is your message? What is going to be accomplished? Like the Boston Bombers is like some dumbass dude or some dumbass like young guy and his older, like, I can't remember, stepbrother or brother or something or whatever. And you're like, what was the big plan here? Right? Let's say you got away with it. Whoa, what was going to happen? Nothing, right? Nothing. You just killed and maimed some people for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So enjoy the inside of an isolation cell for the rest of your life, kid. I think the other guy got run over by a vehicle or something, or he got killed in a shootout with the police. I don't know. That movie that Mark Wahlberg did about that situation when, like the aftermath of the Boston bombing was super good. Like that's a great movie. If you guys have not seen that, you should absolutely watch it. According to the Trump administration, tensions escalated on June 22nd after the U.S. bombed 3 key nuclear sites, blah, blah, blah. FBI, Department of Homeland Security, and other law enforcement agencies issued a joint bulletin in late June warning that the most significant terrorism threat facing the Macy's 4th of July is from lone offenders and small groups of individuals seeking to commit acts of violence. It's like, why don't you just say the biggest threat are, also, these individuals are often motivated by a broad range of racial, ethnic, political, religious, anti-government, societal, and personal grievances. It's like, so why don't you just say like, the biggest threat is a retard, crazy person, It's like, it's nice that you guys like to use rosy language to, it's like, this is really serious. The most significant threat is a small group of individuals seeking to commit acts of violence motivated by a broad range of racial, ethnic, political. The biggest problem is that there's no way for us to monitor all the crazy retards. Like there's a lot of retards who are also crazy, and there's no way for us to really keep an eye on all of them. You can't know what's in their brain, and a crazy retard might be clever enough to be able to build an explosive without anyone knowing. Like that's basically our warning. Here's the warning. Retards sometimes are smart enough to be able to build a bomb. They're not smart enough to have any basis for the purpose of their actions, but, I don't pretend to understand crazy. It's amazing how, the dude in Minnesota, I was thinking about this the other day, how the dude in Minnesota, when he was supposedly a MAGA guy who shot those lawmakers, he was like this calculated right-wing extremist with an incredibly succinct and well thought out plan. He was going to take out everyone. And this is why, because he's MAGA, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as he's like, Tim Walz ordered me to kill all of these lawmakers, they're like, he is batshit crazy. This guy has lost his goddamn mind. We can't figure out what's happened to him. You know, obviously in 2019, when he was appointed the Tim Walz Workforce Development Board, he was a genius, one of the most competent and well-structured men that we had interacted with. We saw his schedule. We saw how he carried out business. He was amazing. And something happened between then and now, because now that he's saying Tim Walz ordered it, he's completely batshit. Something made him go crazy, most likely watching InfoWars, because watching Alex Jones has been known to take totally sane people and turn them into psychopathic murderers. You know, that's why we always say, like, we need to get rid of Alex Jones, because he's a factory for turning totally normal people into psychopathic murderers. That's what he does. You know, if you've never seen his show, that's good. That's probably the only reason you're not a psychopathic murderer. Because if you had seen his show, maybe even twice, I've heard of a time where someone watched it 2 times and they killed people afterwards. So probably shouldn't watch. Anyway, so the threat, according to the bulletin, is not limited to New York City as long as, or as large ad, what? Yeah, so basically they're saying this could happen anywhere because, you know, we can't track the retards. All right, speaking of retards, let's take a look at Liver King. Now, by the way, as I just cruised through this, in case you guys did not see my video yesterday, the reason that we're on Michaela Peterson's Instagram is for a reason that I will reiterate right now, because this was actually up due to the video that I did yesterday about Liver King, which was to point out that Michaela Peterson eats nothing but strip steak, okay? Like literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day, no cheat meals, no nothing. She eats strip steak. That is all she eats, okay? And the reason why I say that is because when you look at her...
I was 20.
Okay? She looks spry. I mean, right there, she's pregnant, but like, you know, her skin looks great. Like, she looks healthy. She looks beautiful. She's like, you know, clearly what she's doing is working for her, right? I mean, look at that, dude. She's ate nothing but strip steak for years. So I bring that up because, like I said yesterday, when you look at Liver King's skin and like just whatever is going on with this guy, whatever he's doing is not working, okay? Like, he looks, you know, obviously he's got muscles and he looks strong. The idea that he's natty is still hilarious to me, that anyone would believe that, but it's fine. You know, but looking at his skin is really where it's like, man, yikes. So a pure carnivore diet is not the problem. There's something else that is going on with this gentleman that is not healthy, you know. But anyway, let's listen to the newest things that have happened. What's this police?
My weapons, my head and my heart. These are my weapons. My head and my heart. These are my weapons.
Y'all step back. Get back.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Get back. I don't care. You film all you want. Get back.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay. All right. And when we use this, no. There's no weapon. Okay. Yeah. I think it's really important that Santa Cruz guys are coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a prank. It's a prank. He's pretending to get arrested. I hadn't even watched this one. This is not the one that I saw. Okay, well, we know it's a prank now, so who cares about this one? Let's watch these, though, okay? So, listen to this one about Rogan. This is where I guess now I know what he was talking about. He's talking about his fake arrest, but...
Just posted a video of a pretend charlatan arrest. It was actually... There's another metaphor for it also. It's the 11th ancestral tenet, adventure/fun. I thought it would be funny, you know, because there's all these things. I got a curfew. I can't go certain places. And I thought it might be funny, you know, to do a charlatan arrest.
Let me translate that for you guys. He thought it would get views if he did a fake arrest. Okay. He thought he would get views. Not funny. Thought it would get views. Right? The more that I watch this guy, the more I feel like I really do have him pegged. You know, where there's this personality type, man, where they get addicted to the attention. You know, like they just get hooked on the attention. And so it's like they're going, dude. Like they're going. They're going to dig. They're going to get more. They're going to get more attention. And it's like sometimes it's like this is looking unhealthy, man. You know, this is looking unhealthy. Charlie Sheen went through that one time. Remember when Charlie Sheen had that crazy meltdown and like he just couldn't get enough? Or Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine is perfect example. That dude would have done anything to get attention, you know? And usually these guys that do that, it works for a while. But that is not a long-term sustainable way to build your brand. You know, it's just not. Like guys who fucking grind, you know, I won't even use myself as the example. Like I'll use MMA Guru as an example. Okay. So MMA Guru is some dumb asshole in the UK, 19-year-old who is like, I'm going to just start an MMA YouTube channel. And he puts out thousands of videos. And he probably has the biggest MMA channel in the world now. And he did that because he played the long game. Okay? Played the fucking long game. Where he wanted to build his brand the right way, where people like to watch him. So his talent becomes the reason that people come and watch. They're not watching because of some sideshow Bob shit. They're watching because they like to listen to him talk. They like to hear his jokes. They like to hear his insight, whatever, you know? And it's like, obviously, like I kind of ran the exact same game plan, but I'm saying like, you know, there's another perfect example. There's tons of people like that, right? It's literally like MMA Guru, Liver King, polar opposite approaches to building a brand. And obviously my approach is identical to MMA Guru's, but it just sounds better if I'm talking about someone else who's done it successfully. But like, this sideshow Bob shit is fleeting and it's the wrong kind of attention. It's like, it's like a girl that you meet at your job that you get to know over multiple years, you know, and you have like an attraction there versus some chick that pulls her G-string up her ass, you know, like, you know, there's male attention and there's like male attention. Like when it's like, man, I respect her mind. She's beautiful. I like spending time with her. Or like, man, I wonder what it would feel like if I took her ass cheek and I shook it like this. Like, I bet that'd feel good. Like, this is the ass cheek approach. You know what I mean?
And not let anybody in on it, you know, until way later. And they come walking back. Yeah, barbarian code. Turns out one of them's a barbarian code. So I have an hour to say goodbye now. So I got 1 hour, guys, you know, to say goodbye. But really, like, this was fun. We had a great laugh. Everybody, ourselves, radiating health and strength. Laughing, bonding, going deeper, fun, adventure. It was awesome. It was awesome. But it was kind of the demarcation point for Liver King to stop picking a fight with the guy, blow slogan. That's done. Because that was fun. That was a prank, you know. That was the joke. And you know, the Versus character, he was the joke. He does comedy. That's mainly good and true. But when you do comedy or otherwise, that's not good and true. That is in a destructive way. You tell me how natty or not is valuable. How informative is it? How does it make your life really better? Do you understand biochemistry a little bit better so that you can practically apply it and make yourself better? Or do you have better discernment to discern who's natty or not? And what good does that do for you? I'm not certain, but Bully versus Liver King, that's what it is. Moving past that guy, unless I go on the podcast today and it's live.
Okay, so the whole thing about this now is like I said, he keeps on talking. He keeps on, you know, revealing what's in his brain. And now he's talking. And it's like, oh, is he natty? Is he not? You know, how is that help anything? And this is destructive. And you're like, okay, so you're now just openly admitting that this whole entire thing is a vendetta because your businesses were significantly damaged when it came out that you had lied about being on steroids. And instead of blaming yourself for lying in like the most over the top, ridiculous ways, instead of having a good strategy for answering that question, which should have been obvious that was going to get asked to you, you're walking around with your fucking shirt off in every single interview. You know you're on roids and HGH. So like, do you really believe that any person with a discerning eye is going to believe that you're natty? Like, and you're how old? Like, he's 47 now. So like back then, he's 45 or whatever. It's like, you really think that anyone's going to believe that? Okay, so the point is, like, you should have had a plan for that. When people ask you if you're natural, what are you going to say? And if the plan is just bold-faced lie, well, guess what, dude? If you get caught doing bold-faced lies, shit blows up in your face, okay? Rogan wasn't in the room telling you how to structure your marketing and PR plan. More plates, more dates. Also, not in the room, not on your team, structuring how you are going to approach the most obvious question that anyone could possibly foresee coming, right? And those are decisions you made. Now, again, someone dimed you, like, that's kind of fucked up for sure. And you can get mad at the person who ratted you out, which apparently, like I was saying, it's more plates, more dates, but apparently some other guy who sent that to more plates, more dates, that's very different. Like that completely takes Derek off the hook as far as I'm concerned. But whoever Liver King had the conversation with who sent that over to them, that's fucked up. Like really fucked up. Like DMs, dude, messages there one-on-one. I mean, sometimes you can read a text message or a DM as long as it's like completely innocuous, Oh, I spoke to that guy on Tuesday. Like his flight left at 2 and he's going to get back at 1 and he was exhausted. Like that doesn't matter. But like, oh, he's been lying about this. Like I'm going to blow up his business. That's fucked up. But nonetheless, he's taking zero responsibility for this. Like he's actually blaming Rogan for this. Okay. The fallout came because you lied and got caught. Bottom line. Rogan pointing out the obvious that you were on roids. Like, are you fucking serious? You think that's like, this is embarrassing, to be perfectly honest, dude. Like from where I stand, because I don't espouse the whatever ancestral tenets, but I stand by principles. A lot of them are just kind of common sense to people who are wired like me. And it's like, and number one is if you fuck up, own it. Own it. No one cares about your fucking excuses, dude. And passing blame off is a bad look every time, even if it is someone else's fault. It never plays out well. What you need to do is own your part of the responsibility and then just say, look, like, could things have gone better? Could other people have handled things better in a way that this wouldn't have been the outcome? For sure. But are you guys going to care if I tell you about that story? No, I could tell you my responsibility for this is crystal clear. This is my fault. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. I made a terrible decision. It blew up in my face. Now, that is literally how I handle every single thing in my life. Okay. That just is something that you should, but this, like, this big public thing is just, it's embarrassing, man. Cause it's like 1 + 1 = 2. It's your fault. Like I don't even understand how anyone could believe that it's not. Now, check this out. So then this is another one that he's doing. Okay. Okay. So this is one of these things where like, he's going to be, he's giving away, he's buying someone's meal, right? At the restaurant. And, he's filming it, right? It's like, oh, I'm buying their meal. I'm like, look at me doing something true, something amazing. And it's like, yeah, And right here, it looks like he's also promoting these Santa Cruz Medicinals guys' products, because he's like, thank you so much. This guy, man, he got buried in the comments. I was reading these comments, and I almost weighed in to be like, you guys, back the fuck off Santa Cruz Medicinals, dude. Like, it's like, I did, like, the internet is so toxic, man. It's crazy. Like, the Liver King, Okay, the Liver King is going through something right now, for sure, right? He's going through something, obviously. His approach to this entire Rogan thing is embarrassing. We've talked about that. But everyone just like anyone who even knows the Liver King now, anyone who says like, wow, the Liver King did something very nice for me. And like now the entire internet is like, I'm never buying your shit, dude. I won't ever go near your shit because you know the Liver King, and Liver King, talked about your product, bro. That's it. Fuck you, fuck everybody. It's like, guys, you don't know them. They might have fantastic products. They probably do have fantastic products. Okay? Like, why are you attacking him? But nonetheless, getting back to my original point. So when people do these like acts of charity and then they put content out about it, I don't know. It's like, it makes it almost icky to me. Now, obviously, if you're talking about stuff like Mr. Beast, curing blindness, that's different. Or Mr. Beast going and making spending millions of dollars to go do this thing where they're going to drill a bunch of wells in Africa and then making content about it. That's awesome. That is just being smart and being able to monetize philanthropy. Great. But like these guys who go out and like just give people money and, like this, like, if that's their whole shtick, okay, if their whole shtick is like, hey, win money, like giving people the opportunity to win money out on the street, everybody's gotta have to like have a shtick. But if it's not your shtick, right? If you have a different thing that is your brand and you just go out and you do stuff like this and film it, it comes off like you're just trying to make yourself look good as opposed to actually wanting to help people. Do you know what I mean? And it just makes it feel weird and phony. So watch.
Okay, ready, Pat?
Oh, also, he talks about more plates, more dates.
You ready?
Yeah, we'll get. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so here's what I would like to do really quick. We just had a delicious meal here at the Cracker Barrel. It was really salty, and so my lips are parched. I got this bee and beef balm. I'm gonna put this on my lips. I'm gonna do it not on camera because that doesn't make sense. But what I would like to do, there's a family that was sitting right in front of us. I would like to anonymously make sure it's anonymous. Okay, can we take care of their meal for them? Okay, and I just want to look at the camera and say, you can do good and true and make content. More plates, more dates, can do good stuff and make content at the same time. Okay, thank you. Give me heart.
Oh my God, that is embarrassing, dude. That's embarrassing. So, oh, hey, watch this. Watch this. I'm making content and I'm paying for that meal over there. See, more plates, more dates. You can make content and do true positive things as opposed to what you've been doing this whole time, which is provide expertise and a service to people who are interested in the effects of, different substances on the human body. Like, it's unfortunate for you that, again, you got caught lying, but to do that, to do an act of charity as some kind of demonstration that like you're a better person than more plates, more dates, when the reality is what you're actually doing is being incredibly self-serving the entire time. It's like, it's just bizarre, man. People's self-awareness. I don't know, but like when you watch how he's talking, like he's not actually talking to people. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not actually interacting with anyone. It feels like in any of the videos that I watch, even like the behind the scenes stuff, like he's talking to them, but like he's putting on a show all the time, like all the time. Like it doesn't feel to me like there's any kind of like actual like human connection there. I don't know, whatever. Hopefully he gets healthy. I love you guys. Happy 4th of July. You guys are the best. Bye-bye.